Why is he controversial? Because so he comes at things from a very liberal perspective. He's gotten a bit more obnoxious as the years have gone on. Bowling for Columbine is a great movie, but obviously, when you make something political, it's going to be scrutinized heavily by the opposing side, especially with American politics. And so there's parts of like Bowling for Columbine where like at the beginning he goes to the gun and the bank and it's like, oh, you got a free gun, and the way it's shot, it's as though he just like signed up for an account and they gave him a gun like that, when in reality there's more of a process you have to go through. But because of the way that he makes documentaries, which is like really dramatized, like his documentaries are going to be like more of a dramatic cinematic experience than like an Alex Gibney documentary. So people really took issue with that. They apparently, in the B-roll for like his altercation with Charlton Heston, that was, I think that's the biggest one. Let me look this up. Yeah, so the bank apparently only offered a gift certificate for a free rifle down the street, which required all the standard background checks to obtain. So yeah, when it was edited and you get the B-roll backwards shot of Michael Moore as Charlton Heston's walking away, and Michael Moore's like, why don't you apologize? And he walks away. Apparently, in that context, he was asking him to apologize for making his cold dead hands speech so soon after the shooting, but the way it was edited made it look like he was asking Heston to apologize for promoting gun ownership. What? But yeah, I mean, like it only takes a little bit to like. You only need like tiny cracks to be able to dissuade someone of the opposite political belief in America, because politics are so fucking tribalistic in America that it's, people will use whatever reason they can to discredit the entirety. Oh my god, yeah, some of these are really stretching. At the beginning of the film, Michael Moore announces that on the day two boys went bowling at 6 a.m. This serves as a setup for a later segment looking at the causes of Columbine and arguing that blaming violent video games, which the killers played obsessively, or Marilyn Manson, which the killers enjoys, makes no more sense than blaming bowling. In fact, the two killers ditched bowling class on the day of the murders. It's like, that's not really a big argument against the film. Let's see. The rifle thing. But like, it's when you're making a documentary like he is, and there's lots of documentaries like this, like I mean, really depends on the movie. Like even in Borat and Bruno and shit that don't really claim to be like political documentaries, obviously, but like there are choices being made where you have to say while you're editing it, like what would be more entertaining. And if it's a huge disservice to like the point you're making, like the point he was making with the bank thing is like America's got such a crazy gun culture that you get a free gun by signing up with a bank. Like that was the point he was making, right? So whether or not he got the gun at the bank or got a voucher for a gun store, like whether that's irrelevant to the point he was making, but some people can get confused by what part of it matters, I guess. Like what the overall point of what he was saying was. Because I don't think his point was like, oh, no background checks. Like, I don't think that was narrated. I think like most people don't realize that that's like almost every documentary, like that type of editing decision. But I just want to, I'm interested in being critical of my own beliefs, so I'm just going to keep scrolling down this thing for a second. They're saying that when he delivered the signature line, from my cold dead hands, that Heston never displayed a rifle or uttered that line at the Denver NRA convention. I want to know what it was from then. Was it a different NRA convention? But let's find out.
From my cold, dead hands.
Okay, I guess that was it. I guess that would be the other one. Hey, yeah, I mean, like, there's things to criticize him about for sure. Like, he's deserving of criticism. I would rather his documentaries be more tight in terms of, like, the facts, but I don't know. It's a small percentage of it. I think overall, like, the merit of the documentary isn't really that harmed by a couple things here and there. And I really like Bowling for Columbine. I have to watch Fahrenheit 9/11 again. I haven't seen that in a long time. Probably since it came out. Anyway, so this is the minute-long clip, I guess.